Warning. The language used on The Real Rush may be offensive to some viewers. Don't say I didn't fucking warn you.
Fish don't fry in the kitchen, beans don't burn on the grill. Thank you to Miss Janet Dubois for always keeping it real. Now we're up in the big leagues, getting our turn at bat. It's all movies here, it's you, me, baby. Ain't nothing wrong with that, cause it's The Real Rush. Thank you for tuning in. So why don't you go ahead and bang your head to the opening riff. This is The Real Rush. I am the movie champion. Why don't you bang your head to the opening riff? Hello.
Shut up and sit down.
So, your boy tried to throw a little bit of a clap beat, you know, something like that, up in my rendition of the Jeffersons theme song a couple moments ago, but the clap was throwing me off. And that's what she said! Ha ha ha! What's happening, y'all? It is your boy J-Dub. I do plan on playing Sherman Hemsley in his biopic someday. And welcome to episode 74 of The Real Rush right here on YouTube. And baby, your boy is still running off of some of that Friday Night Bandits adrenaline from our show just 2 nights ago. We're going to get down to the info and the details of that at the finality of this episode right here. So that way we can go ahead and get on down to the brass tacks of what is on the ticket for episode 74 right here, right now, here on The Real Rush. So before we actually get down to that, I want to preface things by saying, at the end of last week's episode, episode 73, I did state that I was going to have 5 new movies reviewed for y'all this weekend. However, due to Friday night's Bandit show and time constraints otherwise, we did have to cut a movie from the itinerary. So if you came here looking for the review for Impractical Jokers, the movie, I do wholeheartedly apologize. We will be seeing that within the next couple days, so we will have that review for y'all on episode 75 next weekend. So all you gotta do is stay tuned for one more episode if you were looking for that review. Once again, I do apologize, but you know damn well that Impractical Jokers, the movie, is not the only movie that you came here seeking knowledge about. So let's go ahead and get on down to the 4 movies that we do have reviewed for y'all for this episode's Real Rush ticket. And I want to kick things off with, let me preface this part by saying, with our 300th movie review, suckers! In under a year and a half's time, we have now at the end of this episode, we will have reviewed over 300 movies, all on camera, all for your viewing pleasure. So thank y'all so much for the support, for keeping The Real Rush going. And we gonna keep it rolling right here, right now. Let's go ahead and get on down to our 300th movie review. And we're gonna kick shit off this episode with the latest movie adaptation of the beloved Jack London novel that we've all come to know and grow to love. That we all read at some point in our lives. Elementary, middle school, whatever. Some school, Catholic school, technical school, woodmaker school, whatever. You read this damn book at some point. And I'm talking about The Call of the Wild. Whew, that got me a little excited because it's our 300th movie review, y'all. So The Call of the Wild. Not to give too terribly much away, just in case there are some peoples out there who have not read the book before. But this does follow the adventures of a lovable, big fucking dog named Buck on his journey as he seeks out his true calling in his life, his true natural calling in his life. And what a way to tell it on screen. This movie starring, we got Harrison Ford up in the joint, doubling as both the narrator and as one of Buck's eventual owners throughout the movie. And I do want to state, now that we're on the topic of Harrison Ford, at one point during this joint, Harrison Ford is 77 years old, right? Harrison Ford goes shirtless at one point. Dude is beast. So same as all the ladies a couple weeks ago who was all like during the Super Bowl show like, I hope I still look that good at 50 as J-Lo's ass does. Well, if that's the same, all the same, then I hope I'm looking just as jacked as Harrison Ford when my ass is 77. So, Harrison Ford, keep doing your thing, dog. He's awesome because he's Harrison fucking Ford. You also have Dan Stevens up in it, Beast from Beauty and the Beast. He's just despicable up in this motherfucker. You got Omar Sy and Karen Gillan showing up in it at some points. And once again, overall, just a good, holistic, family-friendly movie. Is it emotional at times? Absolutely. We're not just talking about an animal movie here. We're talking about a dog movie. And dog movies, for some reason, just seem to tug at those heartstrings just a little bit more. If you follow your boy on Instagram for my live movie check-ins as they occur, at @JWChampion, hashtag The Real Rush, then you would have seen on Thursday night during my live movie check-in for The Call of the Wild that I did state, and I quote, that it was shirt soaker time up in the joint. And it did have a couple tears rolling down here because, and this is another thing I want to speak on too. The CGI that was used for this movie to actually add some emotion to the animals, all the animals in the movie actually. It's catching a little bit of backlash because it doesn't seem, natural. But I think it was fitting. It helps tie together what's happening on screen to what you remember from the Call of the Wild book in your mind. It helps tie all that together. At least it did for me. Where was I about to go with that? I don't remember. Emotion. You can see the emotions on the animal, on the dog's face, on Buck's face, and the other dogs in the pack, and I don't want to give too much away once again, but you can see the emotions and whatnot, and it helped bring, for lack of a better way of putting it, and this is what I'm trying to get here, ladies and gents, is that it helped bring more human emotion to that. To convey through human emotion what the dogs in the joint were feeling. Boom. That's the best way that I can put it. And it is catching. Like I said, it does tug at your heartstrings. It is heartwarming. It is heartbreaking at some points. But once again, overall, great, enjoyable, fair. Once again, family friendly. I don't think that there was anything too terribly upsetting in it. Of course, use your parental guidance as suggested. But once again, and this does once again seem like it's going to be a slow movie weekend, but quite honestly, I don't see any reason why The Call of the Wild shouldn't be putting up the blockbuster numbers. If you're a dog lover, if you're a lover of the novel itself, or if you're just an outdoorsy, I almost said outdoorsman, but outdoors folk. All that. This movie is right up yo alley. I saw this as the main event on Thursday night. Walked away very pleased. I think you will as well. Call of the Wild, playing everywhere, ladies and gents. Check your IMDb, check your Fandango. Check it where you can find it, and be enjoyed. Be entertained. Yes, enjoy. Next up on this episode's Real Rush Ticket, now we moving from some family-friendly fare to, it's about some family shit, but I wouldn't necessarily call it family-friendly. I am talking about the latest, we'll say the latest installment in the horror movie franchise. I am talking about Brahms the Boy 2. And Brahms the Boy 2 follows Katie Holmes as the mother of a household, right? Now her husband, and her son end up moving out to the countryside of England after an attack in their suburban home causes their son to go mute. So they move out to the English countryside, unaware that they have just moved onto the grounds of the place where the first boy took place. That rhymed because I've used the same word over and over again. Place and place. I get that. Well, so Brahms, the doll from the first one, gets discovered by the son. And he ends up using it as a coping mechanism to hopefully break him from his traumatic selective mutism. But unfortunately, the doll also has some other evil side effects on the kid itself. Now, is it the workings of the doll? Or maybe these dark thoughts were always in this kid's mind all along? Which way is it gonna go? The movie does a pretty decent job of explaining all that. I watched the first one just Wednesday night, the night before I saw The Boy 2, so I could get caught up on the joint. I will say this. This movie, The Boy 2, Brahms The Boy 2, decent horror film. I wouldn't, rank it up there with like no Shining, no Exorcist or anything, but decent enough. I would say that it did a pretty good job of expanding on the character of Brahms itself and the motives of the Brahms character. It did a little bit better of a job of expanding on that character. Overall, I'd say it was a pretty decent horror film. The scares are definitely there. The jump scares are there for those of the average jump scare crowd. But it also has those spine-tingling just use of certain camera tricks, of certain zoom tricks that'll more stand out as scares. At least they did to me more than anything else in the movie. I did like the screenplay of this one a little bit better. I did find that it had a little bit less of a cheesiness factor than that of the first one. However, to compare this one to the first one, they are really kind of neck and neck. There are some things that I liked about the first one that I didn't like about the first one, and same that I say about this one. What I'm trying to get at here, without sounding too much like an idiot, is they both have their pros and cons. They're both pretty equal. If you liked the first one, I would most certainly say give this one a shot. Do you have to have seen the original to see this one? I do say yes. I do say that you should watch The Boy 1, or The Boy, before you go see The Boy 2. It's up on Amazon Prime for rent for $4. Very easy to get. Hour and a half long. Easy watch. But yeah, go ahead, watch that one. For Brahms The Boy 2 though, get your late February scares on. Plus, you got Katie Holmes up in the joint. Still looking fantastic, Miss Holmes. Get rid of that little, creepy ass kid and the creepy ass Brahms doll and all that. But for real, I did enjoy Brahms the Boy 2. I think audiences alike will do that as well. Playing everywhere. And same with the last couple of horror movies that I've mentioned. Beginning of the movie started, people were talking in the theater. Thought it was going to be a February horror movie write-off. 10 minutes into the movie, you can hear a rat shit boop, at the front of the theater. Boom. There's your cinema score, a la your boy Jada right there for Brahms Boy 2. So Brahms Boy 2, I think it is playing everywhere. Of course, check out IMDb, check out Fandango. Go check it out. Moving right along with this episode's Real Rush Ticket, let's go to our Friday night Angelica selections for the weekend. And we're going to stay in the horror movie fair here. And we're going to kick off this section of The Real Rush with our review of The Lodge.
How did you realize it?
In The Lodge, Riley Keough stars as a woman who earlier in life was the lone survivor of a mass cult suicide, like on some Heaven's Gate type shit. Remember that shit from like the mid-90s? That type of creepy Marshall Applewhite. Fucking, oh god, that still gives me the creeps to this day. So she stars as a woman, lone survivor of this shit. Many, many years later, she's trying to move on from that. She's trying to leave all that in the past. She's finding love. She gets invited to stay out at a remote lodge with her now fiance and her fiance's 2 children. Well, when the fiance has to leave the lodge unexpectedly on a business trip, she's left alone with these 2 kids who know about her past. And that's when, oh, I should go ahead and state that while they're at the lodge and the boyfriend goes away, a snowstorm hits. So now they're trapped. No heat, no electricity, no water, no internet, no phones, potentially crazy woman, or at least that's what the kids see. What's going to happen? When is it the cabin fever setting in, or is it actual true madness that's setting in? One reviewer, and I'm paraphrasing a bit, said that this is like a new wave of horror, and I have to 100% agree. Yo, best way that I could put The Lodge, it's that it contains shades of The Shining. Okay, so you take shades of The Shining, and then you take shades of Hereditary, and then you throw them in a room together, and they have one big motherfucking orgy. The Lodge. You get this. And it's gonna come out just exactly how you think it's gonna be produced by the machine in your mind. Well, if you throw ingredients of The Shining in there, and you throw ingredients of Hereditary in there, and blend them all together, what you gonna come out on at the bottom? It's gonna be one fucked up product. Yep. Yeah. Mind games aplenty in this one. All over the place. Same with Brahms, but even more so. Bone chilling, spine tingling, make you feel like shit is crawling on and underneath your skin. Yo, Lodge. I've remarked to a couple, as we were the last 3 people to leave the theater last night, I said, well, we gotta drive home in the dark after this, but hey, at least it ain't snowing outside. They got a little bit of a nervous chuckle out of that shit. But yeah, seriously, The Lodge, it's on that shit, y'all. It's on that shit. This is A-grade horror movie, not your average run-of-the-mill. You think you know what's gonna happen all the way until it doesn't happen. It's all fun and games until that punch in the face that you didn't see coming happens. And it hits hard too. So The Lodge, this is not playing everywhere. This is playing in limited release. It is currently playing up at the Angelica if you are in the DC metropolitan Northern Virginia area. If you are not, of course, check your IMDb, check your Fandango, see this where you can. Leave the kids at home. This is not for the little ones at all. Matter of fact, what did I mention a couple moments ago? Shining and Hereditary. There's even a little bit of Midsommerish shit thrown in here as well. You take all 3 of those, that's not happy time for kids. That's not happy time for kids. It was barely even happy time for adults. As I'm sitting here rethinking some of the shit that happened in that movie, I'm glad that I have every single light up on in the fucking Rush vault right now, son. Because this is some creepy shit. So, The Lodge, Go check it out. Go really, if you want to. Okay, so we got 2 scary movies, right? Alright. I said you wanted to get your February scare on with the boy. You can get some scares there. But if you want to, best way to put it, difficulty level. If you want to play the video game on easy, get your scares that way, you go see Brahms the Boy 2. You want to play that shit on hardcore legend difficulty setting, go see The Lodge. And let your boy know what you thought about The Lodge. This is the one this week that I want to be the conversation starter for episode 74 of The Real Rush. Let me know what you thought about The Lodge, what you liked about it, what you think, what you didn't like about it. Where do you think the state of horror movies, that genre as we know it, is going with the likes of movies like this, and The Witch, and Hereditary, and Midsummer, and so on and so on and so forth. Go check out The Lodge. Let your boy know what you thought. Be entertained. And get the shit scared right out of your ass. Have fun. And last but most certainly not least on this episode's Real Rush ticket, we going into a little bit of romance. Till death do us part type stuff. You know, it does involve you know, committing to that kind of vow. And that's not giving anything away here, because I never said whether or not anybody dies or not. But the name of this movie that I am talking about here, the other movie on our Friday Night Angelica lineup, this movie is called Ordinary Love. Now, Ordinary Love stars Liam Neeson and Leslie Manville as a couple who, when Leslie Manville's character finds out that she has been diagnosed and she is suffering from breast cancer, this shows what not only her character has to go through upon learning about her diagnosis and how, you know, to live with the illness, but what kind of effect this has on their relationship. It shows the ups and the downs, and what quite a realistic depiction not only of how such an illness can ravage one's physical well-being itself, but their emotional well-being, and not, once again, not just for that person, but for whomever they may be involved with. And once again, what type of effect not only does that have on that relationship, but how can they use that to perhaps better their relationship with the time that they may or may not have remaining together. Beautiful movie, straight up and down, y'all. I want to say that the score is just as poignant as the story itself. The story itself, excuse me. Once again, it does have some really realistic depictions of not only health, but the kind of weight that any illness, be it, you know, no matter how severe, no matter whether it's terminal or not, can have on a person and whatever kind of relationship they might be in at that point. It doesn't matter if they've been together for, you know, a month, a week, or a year, or how many decades. This is a testament that shows the true, or I should say that shows just how far a good relationship can go and be tested. Outstanding performances all around, but I do want to single. You're always going to get something awesome out of Liam Neeson. He could shit into a box, stick a couple popsicle sticks in it, and be like, "Here you go, sonny boy, enjoy." You'd be like, "Yeah, goddamn, that was Liam Neeson. That was really good." So we know that Liam Neeson going to put on some awesome shit in this joint. But I want to single out Leslie Manville. Leslie Manville putting on a tour de force performance here in Ordinary Love. The poster even states that she put on an Oscar caliber performance. This movie came out in 2019. It wasn't released here until this past weekend, but it makes you wonder if it had gotten a little bit more of a wider audience, would she have gotten any type of those accolades? I guess we'll never know. But I certainly would have nominated her ass for something from this. She did a fantastic job. And this movie, altogether, beautiful storytelling at its finest. Whether you have someone to go see this movie with or not, it is a little bit of a tough watch at times because you are dealing with so-called taboo topics. I mean, not necessarily taboo, but nobody likes talking about mortality. Nobody likes talking about, you know, the end of a relationship or life or anything along those lines. So this movie not only does it do a really good job at depicting that on screen, but it does such a good job at depicting such things on screen that it conveys the uneasiness of what's happening on screen to the audience. And that is something that is not easy to pull off, cinematically speaking. And this movie does a fantastic job of doing it. But at the same time of making you feel uneasy in the audience, it also does an excellent job of how to, okay, well, this is happening. How can we get through this together? So it almost makes you feel as if you're going through this along with the characters of Liam Neeson and Leslie Manville. Great job, y'all. Great job. Ordinary Love. Once again, this one is also in limited release. Playing at the Angelica in the DC metropolitan Northern Virginia area. Of course, you are not in this area. Check out IMDb. Check out You'll Find Dongo. Go check out Ordinary Love. Bring tissues. It didn't hit me quite as hard as I thought it was going to, but that was just me speaking. You could totally hear, and the theater was quite packed last night at the Angelica when I saw this. You could totally hear other people sniffling and pulling out the tissues and stuff. Whether you've been in this situation or not, regardless. So have your Kleenexes ready. It's looking like a shirt soaker. Ordinary Love is. Go check it out, y'all. And that, my friends, is a wrap for episode 74 of The Real Rush right here on YouTube. As I stated at the beginning of the show, I'm fresh off Friday Night Bandits show. A+ show all the way. Once again, according to the audience, thank you to everybody who came out and had a great time. And as always, I'm ever so proud of my fellow bandits for putting on an always spectacular show for the peoples. And if you missed it, guess the fuck what? We do it once a month. We do it once a month. We do it the third Friday of every month. So the next one's going to be coming up on March 20th, 7:30 p.m. Friday, March 30th. Up at the Stagecoach Theater Company up in Ashburn, Virginia. Tickets are already on sale. $12 online, $15 at the door. But if you go online to get your tickets, use the promo code John, my name, John, all caps, wear that shit the fuck out. Use that, get yourself a discount. Where can you go online to get your tickets? You can find your tickets online at Stagecoach TC. Wait a minute. That's not the address. Let's do that again. StagecoachTC.com/stagecoach-bandits. Once again, that is Stagecoach, T as in Tom, C as in Coach.com/stagecoach-bandits. Promo code John, all caps, John. Wear that shit the fuck out. Come on out. Have yourself a good time. And what we got coming up for y'all on episode 75 of The Real Rush Next Weekend, we're going to have, looks like we got a six movie weekend coming up for y'all. Ooh, my voice is just now starting to go from this whole weekend. And the energy, the adrenaline, it's all starting to, so this is like that last gasp of gas that the lawnmower gets. I don't know if everybody's lawnmower does it, but at least mine used to. Like, when you get that last gasp of gas, like, you get that extra boost of energy real quick right before that motherfucker cuts out. Alright, well, let's hope that we can do this. Alright, let's hope that I can use that to my benefit here. So, next week, episode 75, 6 movies. We're going to have a review for y'all. We will have a review for you. We'll have The Invisible Man, That's looking quite interesting. I'm definitely intrigued to see this take on the Invisible Man. We also have Emma, another adaptation of the famous Jane Austen novel. We have Seabird coming up on episode 75 of The Real Rush. I am so looking forward to this one. Great story to be told, but not only that, if you are forever a Kristen Stewart hater, I think that this is going to be the movie that is going to turn the tide on that shit for you. And if not, you better check your fucking pulse. Seabird, stay tuned for our review on that. We'll also have the review for you for And Then We Danced. This actually opened up at Cinema Arts this weekend, but due to time constraints, we were not able to get to that, so we'll be able to get to that within the next couple of days. We'll also be seeing Beanpole, another one of Cinema Arts' new releases of this weekend that we'll have to get to within the next couple of days, so we'll get that for you from the episode 75. And of course, as we stated at the beginning of the episode, Impractical Jokers, the movie. Once again, I do apologize if you came here looking for that one. We'll have that reviewed for you in episode 75. But in the meantime, as always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, any shit like that, please feel free to go ahead and type those on into the comment section of the YouTube page. We are reviewing this week's episode right here, right now. Damn, my brain is starting to go, y'all. I'm starting to fucking mush mouth from fucking Fat Albert. To those who have subscribed to The Real Rush thus far here on YouTube, thank you for having done so. If you haven't subscribed to The Real Rush right here on YouTube, what the hell are you waiting for? You want to be the first to know when your boy drops a new episode. And please remember, it's always a good idea to spread love, y'all. Spread love. Spread the word of The Real Rush in the same manner too. So hug a motherfucker and tell them about The Real Rush and let them know that it's not just for this week's new releases. You know, because 74 episodes of this shit, the preceding 73 episodes, what? They just, there's no expiration date on The Real Rush. Any movie that you want to know what your boy thought about, and get a good, honest-to-God review of from your boy J-Dub here, all you gotta do is go up to the YouTube search bar at the top of the page, type in quotation marks, The Real Rush, followed by, outside of quotation marks, the name of the movie that you're looking for, then boom! Instant movie review on demand for you, because J-Dub and The Real Rush got y'all covered for life, son! And as always, you can follow your boy on Instagram for my live movie check-ins as they occur. And you can follow your boy at J-Dub Champion, hashtag The Real Rush. And for The Real Rush, ladies and gents, I am your boy J-Dub. Thank you for tuning in to episode 74 of The Real Rush right here on YouTube. Your boy's gonna go ahead and get this edited and perhaps maybe even get some rest now. But in the meantime, while you're at the movies, chill out, y'all. Ain't no need to be doing all the talking and looking at smartphones and looking at smartwatches. So why don't you go ahead and keep those lips shut, put the smartphones on silent, vibrate, put them away in your pocket, and even cut the smartwatches off for a couple hours. Because I guarantee y'all this, that any conversations, any text messages, even the time, all that shit will be waiting for you after the movie's all said and done. Enjoy yourselves while you're at the movies, y'all. Have fun, y'all. Love J-Dub. And